Hey Mike, is everything good at the shop? The sheep have enough hay out there, enough water and everything? All right, good. Go down there and check on the dogs, make sure everything's fine with them. I'm checking the cooler and to make sure it's got charge and move the solar panels a little bit. After I do that, then we'll run back down to the shop and cut some wood or something like that. I mean, we got plenty of time. We've just been hanging out and everything. The grid went down about 75 days ago. And honestly, I bought this cooler and it's been amazing. I never really thought we'd be using it for this, but it's been keeping all our stuff cool, running on solar power. I'm just glad that we bought it. I bought it for my wife for Christmas and I'm super tickled with it. But Mike was down checking on the sheep and stuff, and I'm coming out here to check on this, move the solar panels just a little bit, see how the sun's tracking, and check on the charge a bit. And yeah, I mean, this thing has been going great, but it's an awesome cooler. It's the Anker cooler, and guys, it's an awesome for a grid down. I really don't know what we'd be doing without this thing right now. Hey guys, I got a new toy, or technically, my wife got a new toy for Christmas, and I just got around to doing a video for it. We've been busy as all get out, but this is my wife's Anker cooler. It's their Anker EverFrost. It's a 33-liter cooler. And you're like, oh, it's a cooler. But the cool thing is it's battery powered. So it's got, I mean, it's sustainable refrigeration. As long as you've got power outside, you've got a 200-watt panel that came with it that works great for keeping it charged. There's a battery over here on the side that you can take off. So realistically, if you wanted to, you could have 2 or 3 batteries and swap those out and charge them. If you had a battery full, you could put the full battery in there, hook up the other battery to your solar panel or any other solar panels, charge that battery, and you've got, you know, power indefinitely to keep stuff cold. One of the cool things I like about it is, as far as off-grid or a grid down situation with that, if you really think about it, you're not going to be having a lot of stuff that you need to keep cold. It's not like today where your wife fixes a lasagna and you've got half a lasagna and you're going to keep it in the refrigerator for a week or so, and then you're like, well, I really don't want lasagna tonight. Let's cook some steaks. And then you pull steaks out of the freezer and defrost those. It's going to be more or less of leftovers. You're going to need to keep a few leftovers cool until you can eat them the next day. I mean, you might be eating lasagna for breakfast just because food might be scarce. So in a realistic grid down situation, you're not going to need a full-size refrigerator. One of these this is a 33-liter. They make 2 other sizes that are bigger in this. I got the 33-liter just because my wife is going to use it a lot for when we go to the ballpark and ball tournaments, going to school and doing school functions and stuff like that. And I wanted one small enough that she could pick up and put in her SUV and take with her and then unload it and then take it to wherever she wants to. If it was just for me personally, I would have probably got, I think the 50-liter is the biggest one they make, just because I want a bigger cooler. But going back to as far as off-grid situations and grid down situations, it's not like you're going to have a fresh, 2 gallons of milk that you're going to keep cool all the time, all these vegetables and all this stuff. This is going to be just your bare bones refrigeration stuff that you have to keep cool. And just like I said, there's not going to be a lot of leftovers. If you kill a chicken, and for a small family, there's probably not going to be a lot of leftovers. But if you've got medicine, especially like insulin or something that you've got to keep cool, this is going to be a great thing, because you're always going to have, like I said, as long as the sun's out, you can charge this thing. We'll kind of go over some of the specs. And yes, I did pull the spec book out to read it so I don't get any of them wrong. The battery capacity with this is a 299 watt hour battery with it. Like I said before, the storage capacity is 33 liters. So it's a good size cooler. Let me see on this. The refrigerant, not really that it matters, is a R134A refrigerant. The net weight on this is 44 pounds, so it's not a super heavy cooler. I don't know what my Arctic cooler weighs, but it's pretty close to the same weight on it. Temperature range inside the fridge. This is one of the important ones. And we'll go on freedom units and not the crazy Celsius stuff, because nobody uses that. the temperature range inside the fridge, it will go from -4 to 68 degrees. So essentially you could freeze stuff and keep stuff frozen inside this cooler. I've tested it out. It will get down to -4. I've got one of the laser thermometers and we've checked it. It does quick. It'll get down cool pretty quick on you. And then the operating range, what you can use it, is 32 degrees to 104 degrees outside. They say, and there's like some frequently asked questions and stuff. This was one of the big things I was wondering, is how long will the battery last? So what they say, the battery capacity of this cooler is a 299 watt hour, like I said before. And it says when the cooler temperature is 77 degrees ambient temperature outside, it will run for 42 hours at 32 degrees. So it'll run for 42 hours, maintaining a temperature of 39 degrees if it's 77 degrees outside. And of course, if it's 100 degrees outside, the battery life's going to be shortened on it because it's going to have to work harder to maintain that temperature. But all in all, I'm pretty impressed with the cooler. We'll put the instructions back. It comes, one of the nice things is the lid actually snaps and closes. It's got a pretty good snap mechanism, unlike some of the cheaper coolers. Like I've got an Igloo back behind there by the shop, and the stupid top on the thing's already warped, and it's not even a year old. But it does come with accessories. You can charge this with your household, 120 volts. You can actually charge this also in your car with 12 volts. It has extension cables so you can move your solar panel farther away from it. It's got a set of those to move those away from it. And then it's got your pigtail. This actually plugs into your solar panels right here. And then your connection to plug it into there. It's got a cool basket so you can arrange everything in there. Pretty nice. And one of the other cool things, and I really can't show you, but right up here, it has an interior LED light. So if you're getting stuff out at night, when you open the lid on it, the LED light comes on. You can see what kind of stuff you've got in there. Let's put all this stuff back in here real quick. One of the other things you got on it, this is your carry handle. It's got wheels on the back. You can move it around easy. And then it's got that, so you've got a nice table if you need to set drinks, anything like that on there. We'll spin it around. Here's the back side where your battery's at. You got the power for your battery, your different ways to charge it, and your solar input. You can take this off and the battery slides right out. So you can buy extra batteries on here for this, and like I said, to keep one charged all the time and be charging up the other ones as you go. There he is. This is the top of it. It's got your LCD screen, all your power buttons to do all your settings and stuff like that. I will say, in bright sunlight, the LCD screen is kind of a pain in the butt to read. That's the only gripe that I've had about this thing so far. So if you're out in direct sun, the LCD screen is not super bright, and you really gotta, I had to put my hand over it to shade it to where I could read it. But moving along, it came with these solar panels. These are a 200 watt solar panel that are made for it. They've got a kickstand. They've got a kickstand on the back that you can adjust for the angle of the sun. These jokers set up super easy. They fold back up into like to a briefcase style, and they're not super heavy. I mean, I can roll the cooler and the solar panels all in one swipe and not have to worry about it. But guys, if you're interested in one of these, this is off-grid, sustainable refrigeration, you know, for a grid down situation, or just taking tailgating with you. We're going to use it for, you know, going to school and stuff like that. When they have activities at my son's school, we'll take it there. We've got drinks and all that stuff for the kids. Probably take it to ball practice if we've got a tournament or something like that. And like I said, you can freeze stuff. It'll go down to 4 below 0, which is pretty neat. I'm going to put some frozen stuff in there and see and make sure if it'll maintain that temperature to where you could keep ice, you could keep whatever you wanted to, frozen goods in there. But guys, I'll leave a link in the description down below with an affiliate link. If you want to go buy those, click on the affiliate link. I'll get a little bit of money off that. But this came from Signature Solar, is where I bought it from. I purchased it with my own money. It was not given to me. So guys, go check it out, and we appreciate it.